Today on the channel, for the first time ever, Snake Mountain and Castle Grayskull come together in the battle for Eternia, He-Man of the Masters Universe core line.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, back again for another He-Man in the Masters Universe unboxing and review. And today on the channel, the battle for Eternia begins at this very review table with the Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain 2-in-1 playset from the Masters Universe core line. Something that's never been done ever before. But of course, for your battle for Eternia needs, I'm not sure, maybe Walmart, maybe Shields, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But for everything else under the sun, make sure you're hitting up jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. Got to get a deal over there at Jay's Toys and Games. Not sure if Jay's will get this, but I've been picking up some core figures for this over there at Jay's and saving myself 15%. But in a wild plot twist, I was at the mall the other night, as one does, especially with daughters and a wife. And I always go into the Shields store, and Shields has quite the sleeper toy department. Now, Shields is like a sporting goods store, but they do have a toy department. Now, overrun with Legos for sure, but there are WWE Mattel Elite figures there. There are He-Man figures there, Star Wars figures. And up on the top shelf, what was staring at me? It's the Battle for Eternia, around $96 over there at Shields. I think it's a little cheaper at Walmart, if I'm not mistaken. These did go up for pre-order on Walmart online, so if you want to check your Walmart, you can do that as well. But I saw this, caught me at a weak moment. I said, you know what? I'm picking this bad boy up. And I have to admit, the core figures that go with this are a lot of fun. So I've really enjoyed this another line from He-Man in the Masters Universe here. And I got to say, the packaging department here looking amazing. And you know we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. But you got the battle for Eternia there with Panther and Battle Cat. Will we see them in the core line in the future? I guess we'll wait and see. You got Grayskull on one side. You got Snake Mountain on the other side. Very cool. You got the Movie Masters logo as well. You got the battle for Eternia down here. And I believe it shows, includes a Skeletor figure. So whenever you get a play set, it was always key that you get a figure. Same thing with vehicles. And we get another version of Skeletor with this one here. 35 centimeters, 14 inches tall, apparently 68 centimeters, 27 inches wide for this, if you're looking for dimensions. On the side, nothing too fun over here. He-Man and Ram-Man getting ready to party, them two, I'm sure. And then we got Goat-Man and Skeletor on the other side there. Now, we do get some play features on the top. You get some extra weapons. You got an elevator. You got some prisoner chains. All the playset features you want in, of course, a playset, as we know. And one thing I love about the Masters Universe toy lines throughout the years, you get the nice artwork on the front, but then the back side is the actual playset with the actual figures. Love to see this. When you're a kid, you're like, oh, this is how I'm going to display it. This is what I'm going to end up doing. And you got a little bit of that magic on the back of the packaging here, which looks very, very nice. Now, it does have a little readout, so we're going to read that real quick. 2-in-1 playset, Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain, two powerful strongholds of Eternia. From the fearsome Snake Mountain, Skeletor schemes in his quest for the ultimate power. But in his way as He-Man, the champion of Eternia, an epic battle begins to free the planet and its people from the clutches of darkness. Very cool. Now, you do get Skeletor's bone thrown up here. It's cool. You get that. You also get another little playset side piece over here. You get spots up there at the top to play with as well. One thing to note, looking at the back here, we got a Ram-Man figure. Are we going to get this soon from the core line? We also got a Roboto. Now, we got a little bit of a Roboto Kids one, but I'm not sure if that's the actual one. Triclops, another figure I guess we're maybe going to get. Or is that supposed to be the Chronicles version? Can't really tell on the packaging. I think these look like they're going to be for this core line, though. So that is pretty darn cool to see, if you ask me. Very excited to see where this all ends up going. But it is a 2-in-1 playset, and I like you can detach them from each other if you want to. But this is truly the perfect playset for a little kid. You get a little bit of the evil, a little bit of the good, and you can bring them together if you want to. Very cool idea, if you ask me. But it includes Sword of Power and Altar. So you get that Sword of Power and Alter that we saw in the movie as well. So a lot of hits being played in this one, but can we get those hits out of the package? That's the million-dollar question here today. And where's Ted DiBiase, the million-dollar man, when you need those answers? Well, let's see what's going on inside the box. What's in the box? We're going to find out. Not the easiest to open, I'm going to tell you that much. There you go. There you go. Oh my gosh, knocking stuff over. Nothing else in there. A gentle off to the side, see you later, at least for now. But we got baggies. We got all kinds of stuff going on. Oh my gosh, we got instructions. We don't want to lose those. We got things wrapped up in paper. There's a lot going on here. Uh-oh, dropping stuff. We got loose chains. There's a lot going on here. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take it offline. I'm going to put this together and we'll be back talking all things Battle for Eternia. All right, we got Snake Mountain and Castle Grayskull put together. It went together fairly easy. Only 2 stickers on this one. So I said if there was over 5, I'd have to call my dad in just like the good old days. But I figured I could handle 2 and I barely made it. But you do have 2, 1 for each side of Snake Mountain and 1 side for Castle Grayskull. So we did put those on there. We'll have glamour shots throughout this video of this kind of stuff. But let's walk through all the accessories, everything we get with this. And then we'll dive into the actual play set itself. Now we do get the holster. For the Power Sword, pretty darn cool to see here, all in gold. Power Sword doesn't stay the best in there. It does plug in down at the bottom, and it's not going to fall out on. Well, maybe take that back. I'm going to say, I don't think it'll fall out, but yeah, it will fall out. So there you go. But you do got the holster right here. You can have it on display if you want to. It is the Power Sword. This one's got a little extra color that we don't normally get with the other core line figures. You got some gold in it. You got the brown handle as well. But you got the little altar. You got the altar for it. You get the sorceress here ready to guard it. We got that in the collection here. We do got some extra weapons along the way. You got a little spear going on, all in silver. You got a big old axe like you would see with Ram Man possibly over here as well. Nice handle on it. You got the classic Eternia club over here. In the hallmarks of Castle Grayskulls over the years, you get those extra weapons. And then we get the big staff-like axe for this one here. So you get some extra weapons you can use with your core figures if you need to. Good to see those. Now, we do get a figure with this, as I did talk about. We do get Skeletor, a very cool-looking Skeletor here as well. You do get the Havoc staff, nice repainted with a purplish black, kind of a midnight color to it, I guess we'll call it. You got the goat's head, ram head, horns up there at the top, orange eyes, gold skull, looking very menacing, very evil with this Skeletor. And then it plays all the hits with this Skeletor. Very evil looking Skeletor right here. You got the soft goods cape over in the back. You got the holes in the cape. You got the purple skin tone for Skeletor. You got the bright red devilish eyes on him. And then, of course, the skeleton face with the hood over the top. Playing all these Skeletor hits here. You do got the Skeletor Championship belt, forearm guards in gold, gladiator skirt going on there. And then you got the gold boots down at the bottom. Arms all the way around. Very tight out of the packaging in the joint department for this one, too. Arms do go around, but they don't go all the way around because of the shoulder gauntlets on there. Single jointed elbow, side to side, hands back and forth, side to side. 2 gripping hands on Skeletor here. You do get the waist articulation, head back, forth, side to side. Get those Skeletor splits if you need them right there. Leg goes up for the big old boot. Single jointed knee, side to side. And that is it for the articulation of one Skeletor. He does fit, hopefully, on a Mattel ringside collectible stand. Yes, he does. Make sure you get the WWE stands for Skeletor there. But we've had a few different Skeletors here. All of them very different, which I think is very cool. This one a little bit cartoony, kind of the Disco Skeletor one. You get the regular edition here. And then I guess we did get another regular. This is the 4-pack from Amazon, but there was also a regular release as well. And now you have this one. And easily this is the most evil looking of the bunch here. So kudos for them for giving us all these different Skeletor figures. I'm here for that. They're all the same thing, just repainted differently. And paint goes a long way depending on how you use it. But another Skeletor involved with this collection, which is pretty fun to have. And we're going to need that Skeletor here because next up is the Skeletor throne. Look at this. How cool is this? Sits on top right here, just plugs in on the top. And then you plug in the sides to the base, and then you plug in the staircase here. Looking extra evil. Can you imagine your enemies having to walk up here to get to him and fight him off? But that's what we have going on. And he can sit right there in the throne. That's probably why he came with the soft goods cape, so he can actually sit on this throne. Looks very cool, though. I do like the looks of the Skeletor on here. Very cool. And I could see people maybe using this for the Origins line. Chronicles not going to work so well on this, but Origins could be a possibility if you want to use them on here. You got the orange staircase here. You do got a peg stand here, so you can sit them down in there or have somebody standing on there if you want to. Very cool that we get these snakes off to the side, and they do move. So you can move them side to side, back and forth, like they're actually living beings if you want to. Very cool to see that. Heck, you could use this for G.I. Joe if you wanted to. You want to take this throne out or leave it on. You could put Cobra Commander standing at the top of this if you need to. Diving into the throne itself, it's the bone throne. That's what I call it, at least. Looking very good. The skull at the top does have articulation on it, so you can move that around. You even got jaw articulation, which I think is very cool as well. Love the looks of that there. Very, very nice. Very cool. Then you got the seat on it in brown. Looks like a little bit of a skirt going on down the bottom. Very cool here. Very deluxe. Very awesome. We're not done with this. Once we get the play set, I'll show you how it connects into the play set. But you could honestly leave it off to the side, have it by itself, just have Skeletor sitting on there on display. That would look pretty good, I think. So very cool to see that. So a lot of accessories with this one. There's no doubt about it. But let's dive into it. And since we've done Skeletor, let's just keep on the Skeletor side. Let's do, of course, Snake Mountain. Now, not quite the Snake Mountain and Grayskull we think of historically over the years, but close enough to be dangerous, maybe. And I do like the idea of instead of two separate play sets, which I'm honestly shocked they didn't do that, but instead of two separate play sets, you get a 2-in-1 play set, which I think is pretty darn cool, in all honesty. Would have loved something like that when I was a little kid, but honestly, I also liked having both of them, having different sides. That being said, these do break apart. You can put them separate if you want to. So choose your own adventure. But you got Snake Mountain, a little bit different. Not quite what we think of, but close enough to be dangerous, I would say. Big snake here. Looks like it's been chiseled into it. The mouth does attach right here, so you add that on there. So you get the little mouth. Now, we remember in the movie, a lot of classic scenes fighting on this, so I guess you can reenact that right here. 2 eyes, 2 big old fangs there, and some room to play and stuff. And then you got the doors, which once again were a big thing in the movie, going through the gates of Snake Mountain. So we have that going on. Flip it around to the other side. Of course, it is the Castle Grayskull side. I think we know what this is when we see it. We got a little bit of coloring on here. We did see that, if I'm not mistaken, in the movie, so that is true to form. But it does look like Castle Grayskull to us right here. I know what I'm looking at. And then you do get the front that does come down if you wanted to, or just like the good old days, you can fold it back up and keep it. You can also have people peeking out from inside the eyes here. Very cool, very classic. And you do got spots on the top, which we'll get to, where you can perch some figures at the top of that. I guess I got this Skeletor. I can just keep using Skeletor for demonstration purposes, but he will plug in with some foot stands there or over there. So choose your own adventure as far as your character selection goes. I think that's pretty fun. But now the real fun begins when you open the play set up. I will say it does hinge, just like got old school feelings of this, as it does hinge to lock in here. Would be great if you're a kid playing with these, collecting these. You could put all the figures inside, use this as a kind of a carrying case if you wanted to. I think that's pretty fun. Also, if you fold it up, it's a nice play on the top. You could have guys battling on the top, getting thrown off. I know that's what I would do as a kid. But you open it up, and that's where the fun begins, and that's where things fall out of the package, apparently. But you do have the opens right here. A lot like the past, of course, Snake Mountain and Castle Grayskull play features on the inside, and we're going to dive into them right here. And I guess we'll keep with Castle Grayskull side this time. We'll lock into that. Now, down here, you got the spot for all those weapons we talked about. You can store them in here, which is very fun to do. There's where that one sticker goes. You put that in there very easily. You got the ledge up here to hang out on. Same thing over here. You got the ledge to hang out on, peer through the eyes if you need to. Front trap door right there. Little button off to the side that will drop that down for you. Love how the teeth kind of lock in here. I think that is a nice feature. And then you got the elevator feature here on the side, so you can go up and down. Choose your own elevator adventure there. The hits keep on coming, though. That's about it on this side here. I would say this side has less than the Snake Mountain side, at least for me. But we're going to move over to the Snake Mountain side. Move some things around, get over here. Now you do get this big grappling hook. You plug this in, there's a hole up here at the top, and then you can move this, kind of arch this however you want to, but then you can lock it in over there on the Gray Skull side. So depending how you want to have this, you can do that. And then you do got this piece here, little grappling hook. You hook their arm onto it, hook it over the top, and you have a guy sliding down there. So another play feature there that I know some kids will probably take advantage of. Always fun to have that kind of stuff going on. Now diving into the Castle Grayskull side, or the Snake Mountain side, more like it. You do got the ledges up here, so you can have guys standing over here. You can also have guys slide down the tongue, like a water slide is what it reminds me of. So you do have that option. There's the other sticker that you put on. I gotta say, I'm not the best sticker putter on but these two, magnificent chef's kiss. I couldn't have done a better job. Todd McFarlane, be jealous from there. But looking good right here. You do got the gate. Now the gate does come up, as you can see. Looking very cool. And there is a release button. Where did that button go? Somewhere around here. Right there. I can't find it. There you go. So you got a release button right there. So if you want to. And then I should say there is a flapper here. So you can flap the jaw in the front. So there's a button there so you can make that thing wiggling around if you want to. But I do love that they got the spikes on the bottom. I'd have guys get trapped under there and killed underneath that gate. I think that is pretty cool. Pretty fun right there. But I said we weren't done with the throne yet. This throne actually has some pegs on the back. You got some peg holes in the front. So for extra playability features here, you got to line your snakes up. You should always line your snakes up, Todd. You know the answer on that. But you can plug these in. At least it says you can. Just got to line them up, though. Easier said than done, though. But you just plug those in there, and then you can have this connected at all times. So if you want to display these separate, you want to tear them apart, have Castle Grayskull over there, have Snake Mountain over here, you can have a whole kind of feature here, which I think is pretty fun for Skeletor. Have to imagine we'll get Evil Lyn, maybe. We saw Trapjaw in the back. Have some of the bad guys standing up here on guard. Have some Skeleton Knights maybe down here. We'll see what happens. But a lot of fun playability features here. Now, this isn't normally for our demographic, or most people watching this, I would have to imagine. But man, if you're a little kid, this is a fun play set. It's a very economical toy line with the figures around 10, 11, 12 bucks, depending. And then let's call it around $100 for a play set. There's a lot of fun in this, and hopefully it captures the imagination of the new generation to be like us when we were little kids playing with He-Man, be it 2000X or going all the way back to the 80s versions and all points in between. But hopefully this helps capture a new generation of He-Man fans to keep the line going, keep the memory of He-Man going for maybe another Masters Universe movie or maybe a new cartoon or hopefully more toys in the future. We need things like this to be successful to get the next generation to play with the Masters of the Universe. But all in all, not a bad play set. I will say, better than I anticipated it to be. And it's roughly the same price as the Origin Castle Grayskull was, give or take. Heck, that thing's even cheaper with some clearances going on over the years. But this is a fun play set, and I'm not sure where I'm going to display this exactly. Not sure if I have the room for any more Castle Grayskulls, but we'll see. You never know. I would like to find a way to have this on a shelf or somewhere where I could display all the figures in this as the de facto display. We'll see if I can pull that off or not. It might be time to get another house, Todd. I've been threatening it. I'm waiting for my childhood home to go for sale, and then I'll buy it. It'll be my ultimate action figure house. It'll be just like the plans I dreamt up at like 5 years old, and I'll finally put it to fruition in that exact same house. So hopefully that house goes for sale one of these days. And boy, oh boy, can you imagine the content? Oh yeah, this is the room where the flag was. This is the room where I had all my wrestlers. It would be a great thing. So we'll see what happens in the future there. But I do like this for what it is. So kudos to Mattel for even putting something like this out. In a world here in 2026 where play sets aren't really as abundant as they were in the 80s and the early 90s, it is cool to get stuff like this. So enjoy it while you can if this is your thing. And as I said, I got this at Shields. Not sure where else this will be. Walmart apparently will have this. Not sure if it'll be on the stores or only online. But there is some opportunities, and I would get it while you can. I could honestly see this being worth a lot of money down the line because I don't think there's a lot of people that maybe will even know this thing exists. We'll see what ends up happening. But I definitely like it. Very cool and way better than I anticipated it to be. And I love the 2-in-1 nature about this one. But I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on this playset. Is this something you need? Is this something you're going to pick up for your collection? Or is it an easy pass? Maybe you don't got room for play sets. Could you think of uses with other toy lines for this one? That'd be interesting as well. But let me know your thoughts on the Snake Mountain Castle Grayskull Battle for Eternia playset, part of the core Masters Universe line, in the comments down below. And heck, you made it this far, you might as well like this video. You might as well subscribe to both my YouTube channels. man, oh man, about a Masters video every single day the last couple of months around here. We're unboxing it all, as Masters is a big part of my childhood and apparently adulthood as well. So make sure you subscribe to both of my YouTube channels, and even better, subscribe to the Patreon and YouTube channel memberships. Support the channel, support the content. A lot of fun over there, a lot of bonus stuff over there as well. Check them out if you haven't already. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com, which is the name of my podcast as well. It is The Kyle Peterson Show, available every single Tuesday wherever podcasts are found, with videocast on YouTube. So for the battle for Eternia, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?
Oh,